Motorheads, if you change your own oil, you know what a mess it can be. That oil gets everywhere, especially when you're taking off the filter. And of course, if you have a fleet of vehicles for your business, that becomes a mess all day long, and it can become a safety hazard with all that oil on the floor. There are devices out there to manage that oil and to catch it before it drips down, but there can be really tight spaces in there, and it doesn't always work the way it should. But Baxter Performance has perfected it. Now, Kevin, tell me what the solution is to make cleaner and better oil changes.
Well, we actually perfected it all along with the oil filter adapters that we've had and been selling. We convert from cartridge to spin-on filters, and we needed a way to be able to evacuate the oil so that when you removed the filter from an inverted situation, that we didn't make a big mess, so we incorporated a Schrader valve. Well, that worked out really well.
And that blasts the air in there and
yeah, and it worked out really well. And then even with our Toyota adapters that mount underneath with a spin-on filter, we found that it evacuated the oil very well there. So why not make it available to everybody that has a spin-on filter? So we've come out with a line of adapters that use the existing filter stud on the vehicle, and what it is just a very thin 3/16 of an inch adapter with the filter stud nut and then a Schrader valve. So what this does is it mounts between the original filter mount and the filter. So you screw it on, it seals nicely, put it on your spin-on filter, and voila, it just works, and you hit it with air when you want to change your oil and remove the filter. Nice thing about this too, it not only empties the filter, but it sends all the oil back to the oil pan for one place where you have to remove the oil. And you don't have to have a pan underneath to catch all the oil coming out of the filter because nothing comes out.
And I know with my Toyota, I've got to move that pan around because it's in two different locations.
Right.
So it makes it super simple.
Yeah.
How many different vehicles, what size filters are we talking about?
Well, so initially our line is going to consist of a 3.5 inch adapter, one for the 3-inch diameter filter, and then the 2.65 inch diameter filter, which is very popular on rigs today. And of course, they're at different positions. They can be inverted, they can be sideways, or maybe at a 45-degree angle, or just vertical straight up and down. In either case, it works. And we're also going to have a slightly different dimension so that we can deal with filters that are mounted in kind of a well, if you will, where this application won't work, but we're developing that and have it out very soon.
You have a couple of other adapters right here. What are those pieces?
Right, so in the case where you're not converting from a cartridge filter to a spin-on to use one of our devices, you may have a Toyota that has a cap like this underneath.
And I do.
Yes, and a lot of people do. Toyotas are very popular, right? So you have a small plate that you remove from the filter, and they have devices out there where you can screw on and drain the filter. But we have a very fast way here that we incorporated a Schrader valve here as well. So you just plug it in as a service tool, hit it with air, empties the filter, take it off, doesn't spill a drop, it works out very well. So we also have an adapter to actually attach to the cartridge oil filter cap like you might have on a Volkswagen or Audi.
Which I also do.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
We can just screw it right into it, charge it with air, remove that as well, and not a mess.
All of this leads to cleaner oil changes, but it also leads to more effective oil changes. How so?
It does, because not only can we empty hoses and things like that for oil coolers, but we're going to be able to backflow the pickup tube in the oil pan that has a primary filter screen on it and promote removing that debris that otherwise you can't remove unless you take the oil pan off to get to. So it actually works better for that too.
Well, you can get a cleaner oil change, you can get a better oil change with Baxter Performance. You can find them at Baxter Performance USA. We are off to a flying start here on Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Advanced Rust Protection. Coming up, John and Len are going to talk engine mount service. Hey, it's more interesting than you may think. And up next, a simple tool that can make a big difference for you every single day. Stick around.